Hey everybody, it's Ron from Pick Dawgz here with your Pick Dawgz morning show for Tuesday, December 23rd, 2025, Christmas Eve with my friend Jay Briggs today. Just a two-man show. Right around the holidays, everybody's got plans, they got appointments, so they don't show up for you, the people. But me and Jay do. We're here for you every day, 24/7, 365. Jay, how you doing today?
What's happening, Ron, man? What's happening? I got my ass kicked all weekend. I'm talking about took behind the shed, terrible losing streak. But it came to an end last night, man, as I took the books behind the shed in the NBA. So that felt good. So hopefully the cold streak's over and hopefully there's brighter pastures on the horizon. And the morning always feels better coming off a winning day. So I'm just looking to stack them. And I'm ready to break down today's card with you. How you doing?
I'm kind of at the opposite end of that spectrum, my friend. It's been a great December. Obviously, had a 20-game win streak at one point, but last night was one of my worst days of the year. 0-4 on the premium side. A couple of bad beats to start the night. Just knew it was going to be one of those nights. Cavaliers had to land them 9 points in that one. Garbage time buckets. And then Wisconsin laying 30. I got a bad number. Closing number was 26 and a half. They won by 27, so some people benefited from that, but up by 35. They give up some garbage time buckets themselves. So looking to bounce back, but it's been a good month overall, especially in college hoops. And today is a small college basketball card, but I think it's actually a pretty good one betting wise. I think there's a lot of good games. Of course, NBA, a loaded card there. Some college football bowl games, loaded NHL card. This is the pre-holiday card here. You get some nice action. Then there's no college basketball until Saturday. NBA, there's of course Christmas Day games, but it's still small cards. Tomorrow there's just the college football Hawaii Bowl, so it's going to be a light day tomorrow. But I say let's get right into it, and let's talk about the NHLA, as Jay calls it,
The National Hockey League Association.
the National Hockey League Association. Like I said, pretty good card there today. We'll just do it all in one go. We got Pittsburgh Penguins and Toronto Maple Leafs. The Stars taking on the Detroit Red Wings. We've got the Rangers and the Capitals, Canadiens and Bruins, Panthers and Hurricanes. Good matchup there. Devils and my New York Islanders. We've got the Sabres and the Senators, Predators and Wild, the worst logo in sports up against the worst name in sports. We've got the Mammoth and the Avalanche, Flyers, Blackhawks, Flames, and Oilers. Gave that out in the dog of the day. The Kraken and the Kings, and then the San Jose Sharks taking on the Golden Knights to end the card. Jay, anything for you in hockey today?
Now, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I didn't look at hockey at all this morning, so I'm putting fresh eyes on it right this second. There's 14 games I had to cook up in the NBA this morning, so the NBA kind of just had my attention. But let's look. Give me the Maple Leafs. Bounce back game at home. Early start time on the day. This team is not playing well. They've lost 4 of their last 5, but I think this is exactly what the doctor ordered. The Pittsburgh Penguins rolling in. They've already beat up on the Penguins twice this season. I think they do it again here. So if there was a solid bounce back spot, it should be here for the Leafs coming off the 3-game road trip. I like Toronto in that one. Let's see. Ooh, the Red Wings playing well in their own right. Winners of 4 of the last 5, but my Stars are just the best team in hockey. They've won 4 straight. And I think they make it 5 straight. It's too good of a price to pass up with a team playing as well as the Stars are playing. So if this was like, I don't know. I won't ramble too much today. Stars, though. All I'm saying is in other leagues, a team this good, you don't get at this price often. That's all I'm saying. So that's why I'm on the Stars. Give me Carolina. Bounce back game at home that also happens to be a quick revenge game. They just lost to the Panthers. What was that? 4 days ago in Florida. I was on Florida in that one. Remember, I came here, I was banging the table, telling me I love Florida in this spot. This time I'm going to go the other way. Carolina coming off the significant road trip for their last 5 were just played on the road. They come back home here. off of 2 straight L's against good teams. No need to hang their head. They're not going to win every single game. They lost to Florida, the defending champs, and they lost on the road to Tampa Bay. I tell you all the time, Tampa goes stupid, dummy, crazy at home. So I just think it's a good bounce back spot, quick revenge for Carolina. I actually kind of like this hockey more and more. I'm starting to look at it. Ooh, shit.
Yeah.
Let's see. Should I kiss up to Ron and take the Romanellis today? I lean towards them for real. They've already beat up on the Devils, or they already beat the Devils once this season. A little bounce back game coming off 3 straight L's. Decent plus money price. That's all. Not a great spot for the Devils either. You know, this will be the 3rd road game, last 4 games, coming off a home loss. I'll lean Romanellis. That's really it for me in hockey, though. Nothing else just completely jumps off the page. Maybe a shot. I tell y'all, man, I'm asking for it. I know. I'm asking for it. Mammoth? Money line?
Wow.
I know. I'm asking for it. I don't fade teams in Ball Arena often. We cashed in Ball Arena last night with the Nuggets. Shout out to them. As they took the Jazz so far behind the woodshed. And Colorado is of that ilk too, man. They go stupid, dummy, crazy at home as well. The Mammoth, though, y'all know I love betting them, and this is a ton of value, man. We've already seen them beat the Avalanche once this season. Granted, that was in Utah. But the first time these 2 teams played, it was a competitive game in Colorado, 2-1. The Mammoth a little feisty, gritty group, man, and it's just a really good plus money price that is enticing. I'm going to lean towards the Mammoth. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Utah getting that type of price is tough to pass up. I agree. I mean, Colorado's been dominant, but at that price, I think it's worth a look there with Utah as well. I already gave out the Flames and the dog of the day. I think, Calgary's playing some great hockey. This is a team that's playing well at the beginning of the year, but not getting the results, playing well analytically. Now they're getting the better goaltending, getting some puck luck, and they've won 6 of the last 8. They already beat the Oilers at a plus 190 price. Now we get still plus 150. I'll take that. The Islanders, I think, are in a bad spot at home. I'd love to see them win today, but I just can't see it. Sorokin, starting goaltender, one of the best goalies in the league, is out. So the backup comes in, who's been serviceable, but still not like Sorokin. Still, Bo Horvat, the leading scorer on this team, is out. He should be back after the holiday break, but this offense does not look the same without him. And even Matthew Schaefer's looked a little bit rough recently. So I think that the Devils at a cheap price is the way I'd look there. And I also agree with Jay on the Maple Leafs. I like Toronto there. Team, it's been so disappointing this season. I mean, so many expectations, and they've failed to meet all of them. And now they're on a 3-game losing streak. But coming back home from the road trip against a fraudulent Penguins team, I think that's a cheap enough price. I think that in March, if these teams played again, you wouldn't see this type of price. I think Toronto would be a much bigger favorite, like they should be. So I'll take Toronto on the money line. That's it for the NHL. Pretty good card. Like I think there's some good games to watch, some rivalry games, but also some good betting spots. So I don't always say that about the NHL, that's for sure. But we'll move on to let's go to college football. We've got some bowl games on this Christmas Eve. And let's see. We've got the first one between Toledo and Louisville. This one is going to kick off at 2 p.m. Eastern. It's the Bush's Boca Raton Bowl. Louisville is a pretty steep favorite. The line now up to, I think, 10.5 points. Total is in the low 40s. We've got Western Kentucky and Southern Miss in the New Orleans Bowl, 5:30 Eastern. And it's also going to be on ESPN. This line's kind of gone through 0 a couple times. WKU, I think, is now the 1-point dog officially. But you could probably find them as a favorite or pick them at other books. And then the final game is going to be the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl at 9 p.m. Eastern, UNLV and Ohio. UNLV, 6.5-point favorite. Total is one of the steeper ones we're going to see in these bowl games, 66.5. Not a lot of defense going to be played in that one, most likely. I'll start. I don't have a premium play in any of the college football games today, so I'm just going to give out what I'm thinking for each game. Louisville played a much tougher schedule than Toledo did in the regular season. I think that Louisville, definitely a disappointing season with how they started, but they played one of the best group of 5 teams in the country, the best, James Madison, in non-conference play, and they beat them by 14 points. I think they have no problem with Toledo in this one. Toledo's defense was excellent this season, but against MAC teams, against Kent State, UMass, those types of teams, not against this level of competition that Louisville faced. So I think that defense not going to be as strong in a matchup like this. And then I don't think the offense is much of anything. This is a pretty good Louisville defense, and I think they have a big day in a low-scoring game, pretty ugly game. I think Louisville wins and covers the number. I like Southern Miss. I think that the line movement is valid. I think that Western Kentucky, I don't love backing bad defenses. I don't trust this Western Kentucky defense. Southern Miss has not had seasons like this too often. This is usually a team with a losing record that's not bowl eligible. Here they are, a chance to win a New Orleans bowl spot. I like their chances. And I'm not going to lay points with a bad defense in UNLV in that Frisco Bowl. 6.5, just too much for a defense I do not trust. UNLV was one of the more fraudulent teams in the regular season at the beginning when they were undefeated, giving up a ton of yards, a ton of points. Their offense bailed them out. I don't think it bails them out in that one. I think we go over the total. I think Ohio covers the number, has a chance to win the game outright. But, Jay, what are you thinking about the bowl games for Tuesday?
Man, if it wasn't if that Frisco Bowl was played like with tomorrow's card, I might have win because it's just too much going on today.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's right up the road for me. Honestly, I don't love any of these games. I don't have a premium on any of them. I won't bet any of them. If I were to bet it, I would probably fade you. Honestly, I would probably go Toledo and I would probably go Western Kentucky. But again, another thing I love. The reason I would lean Toledo, yeah, Louisville, the bigger team from the bigger conference, but I worry about their motivations in the game like this. Like, are they really excited to go and beat up on Toledo? Like, this is a team that had aspirations to do something for real there for a minute. Like, they went and beat Miami. They were ranked. Like, they had everything to play for. And then they got smashed then they lost 3 straight to Cal, Clemson, and SMU. Now, all 3 of those teams are better than Toledo. I'm just saying I worry about the motivations for Louisville in a game like this, laying a number like this. They should win. They are the better team. But I just think for Toledo, this is a program builder game. Like, they're going to brag about this game if they play well, if they win. For Louisville, it's like I feel like the mantra might be like, why are we even here?
I get that. But I think the motivation might be built into the line, honestly. With the opt-outs and stuff, and if the fact that they still are a 10-point favorite. I mean, they played a meaningless game. It's a rivalry game, but in terms of it didn't really matter where they would be against Kentucky. They beat them 41-0. So
that's fair.
I think that's a big rival, but this is still a spot to win a bowl game. So I don't know. I think that motivation will be just fine.
Yeah. So I don't love. That's kind of my thoughts. And then I would lean Toledo, but I'm not betting it. And then that Western Kentucky game. I mean, they last 2, they played 2 decent teams well. Like, when on the road at LSU, 3-point loss, bro, we see teams go into Death Valley and get blown out all the time. So I lean Western Kentucky. I don't like that the line's moving against me, though. I don't. So,
yeah.
So that's kind of
that LSU game was ugly. That was some of the worst offense I've ever seen in college football. Western Kentucky only had 150 yards. They ran for 22 yards on the ground, 24 carries. So I give them credit for the defense being good. But overall, that defense was not good in the regular season. I think Southern Miss catches them sleeping.
That's fair.
With a nice win.
I'm just here to give y'all my thoughts, Brody. That's it. That's all, man. Y'all know the sports I'm dominant at, and that's the NBA. Everything else, like NFL is something else I'm really good at. But like college football, NHL, they're not my strong suit. So I don't want to try to sound like they are when in fact they're not. So yeah, I'm just kind of tell you my thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, these are not my favorite games. Like I said, I don't have a premium in any of those college football games. So just giving us our thoughts and sometimes a situation comes like viewers will say, I was on the fence about a game, but you kind of pushed me one way or the other based on what you were saying. And that's all it comes down to. If you get a consensus, you hear what me and Jay have to say, what other people have to say, and you can make your decision. But not everything has to be a lock of a century. But, We'll move. I kind of want to get NBA out of the way, but it's a nice card, so we'll just get college hoops out of the way this time, going against my morals. But we also have some early games in college hoops we should talk about. This one's going to be Green Bay and Campbell, 12 p.m. Eastern. The Gottliebs are on the court. The Fighting Camels of Campbell, one of your favorites. I don't know. How do we not have a Campbell bit? The Camels, it's too good to waste.
I don't know how we don't have one. You probably
got to come up with a Campbell bit. Also got Binghamton and Army. It's a pretty ugly game there. When you see Army laying 11.5 points, you got to know that you're a pretty bad team on the other side. We got Bellarmine and Kentucky, Grambling, Ohio State, UCF, FAU, rivalry game there, Lindenwood, Missouri State, UC Riverside, UCLA, Idaho, Cal State Bakersfield, Morgan State, Loyola Marymount, Harvard and St. John's, and we've got Villanova and Seton Hall. Definitely a pretty good Big East game there to end the night, 7 p.m. Eastern. Anything for you in college hoops today, Jay?
I don't have a premium today, but I got some thoughts. I think Grambling avenges their football team. Nah, Ohio State basketball don't deserve to be laying 30 on anybody. That's just kind of my thoughts. Are they the better team? Yeah. Should they win the game? Yeah. I'm going to lean towards Grambling plus the points in that one. I just think that they can do enough to keep this within 30. Within 30? You start to kind of look at the recent for Ohio State. It's not pretty. It's just not pretty. It's just nothing that suggests laying 30. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Can they blow them out by 30? Is the talent gap probably that significant? Maybe. But like when you think of Ohio State versus Grambling, you would think 30. But I don't know. Ohio State in basketball is not a late 30 style team. So I'm gonna grab the points with Grambling. And I kind of wish Ruffalo was here so we could play the strength of schedule game.
I got it too. What team are you looking at?
Ohio State. What's their strength of schedule looking like right now?
They played the 115th toughest schedule out of 365 teams.
Okay, so they're about middle of the pack. They're not as bad as I would have thought off the top of my head.
Yeah, their recent schedule in the beginning, it was really easy. 6 home games, but they played at Pitt, at Northwestern, neutrals against UNC, West Virginia, and then a home game against Illinois. So that's definitely beefed it up.
Fair. Lean Grambling, just a lean. Let's see. What else? Villanova Seton Hall. That's a good game, actually. Seton Hall rolling right now. Do they keep it rolling at home? One time we saw Villanova on the road, they got crushed by Michigan. Crushed. Was that 89-61? What was their other loss? Who else they lose to? They lost
BYU.
And that was what? Neutral site? Yeah, that was neutral in Vegas. Ron, I'm gonna take Seton Hall at home. I want to see Villanova on the road. I want to see them look well on the road before I jump in that water. I ain't gonna lie, the line seems to kind of indicate Villanova with Seton Hall playing as well as they're playing, only a 1.5 point favorite, but I like what I've seen from them, man. I do. Beat Providence, beat Rutgers, beat up on Kansas on the road. I'm just taking the better team, playing the overall better basketball at home. Give me Seton Hall. And maybe a small lean for me on St. John's against Harvard. Shout out to the Ivies, but I think they get blown out.
Yeah, I agree. I think Harvard is one of the weaker 6-6 teams in the country. St. John's coming off the loss, a bad loss, like a double-digit loss. I think they'll be fired up, especially in a true home game. And that Villanova Seton Hall game, like I talk about that in the Bank Shot Breakdown. It's a great game. I mean, it's going to be a close one, low scoring. Two great defenses. But for me, I trust the Villanova offense to get it done in the late game. Like down the stretch. I think that Seton Hall, excellent start to the season. We have not seen a start like this for this program in a long time. To get that first conference win on the road, but still have not played a very tough schedule. I think Villanova, just too much in that one. I think Villanova is going to be one of the better teams in the conference this season. They get back to that after a rough year last year. I like Ohio State laying the points against Grambling. I do. I think that Ohio State's kind of been an unlucky team. They lost a buzzer beater to Pittsburgh. They lost 1-point game last time out to UNC, and these are much tougher teams than Grambling. Grambling, a lot of the SWAC teams play really tough non-conference schedules, and they make a lot of money in those games, and then they get to conference play, and it definitely helps them out to get ready for SWAC play. But Grambling has not really played that tough as a schedule. They played one true road game against Iowa State, the only top 100 team that they played this season in terms of KenPom ratings, and they got crushed by 40. And I know Ohio State's not Iowa State, but still, I mean, I think that this is a good spot for the Buckeyes to get back home, get a feel-good blowout win. They match up really well with Grambling, so I'd lay the points with Ohio State. A lot of people are asking about that Green Bay-Campbell game. Listen, in the beginning of the season, I gave out Green Bay a couple of times, and I got some pushback because of how bad Green Bay was the years prior and how bad they were in the first year at Gottlieb. And I said, listen, it's okay to back Green Bay. You can. This is actually a better team this season. They started winning some games, and now you look at the chat, you look at some comments, a lot of people like this Green Bay team. That's where I flip ship, go to the other side.
Okay.
I'm out of here. You can have Green Bay if you want. Campbell is just a better team. They beat them last year, and they match up so well. Green Bay, good offense. They take a lot of threes. They make them at a good rate. But Campbell has a good three-point defense, not percentage-wise, but they don't give up a lot of three-point attempts to begin with. They're only giving up 25% of their points via three-point field goals. So they're pushing teams off the perimeter, saying, beat us in the paint. You're not going to get these three-point looks. And I think that's going to make this Green Bay offense uncomfortable. It looks like a strange price because of how Green Bay's been playing, but I think it makes sense. And Campbell's played a brutally tough schedule. They just played Gonzaga and Minnesota on the road back-to-back. You go from Gonzaga to Minnesota all over the country. Now you're back home in North Carolina. I think you pick up the win and the cover early on. And like I said, I think this is a strong college hoops card. I like the underdog in that Idaho Cal State Bakersfield game. I think the lines moved a little bit. We can still get even better number now. I think Bakersfield defensively can keep that game close. I think UCLA earns a blowout win over an overrated UC Riverside team. I don't love laying a ton of points with UCLA all the time because they're not a great offensive team, but I think they can do enough here to cover that spread. I think they win that game by 30. So, yeah, it's a good college hoops card. And we'll move on to the NBA.
Let's do it.
So we've got 14 games, I believe, right? 14 in the NBA?
Yes, sir.
So we'll start with the first
Everybody but the Celtics and the Warriors, I think.
Celtics and the Warriors, okay.
Yeah.
So we've got the Brooklyn Nets taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. Sixers the big favorite there. We've got the Wizards and the Hornets, also 7 p.m. Eastern. And then we've got the Bulls and the Hawks. There's a rematch between these two the other night. The Bulls played the Cavs back-to-back, and then now the Hawks back-to-back. And then the Cavaliers, speaking of the Cavs, taking on the New Orleans Pelicans. So I'll start for this one. I think that the Nets here, they've been doing well in the underdog role recently. Philadelphia's been a pretty good favorite, but I'm not in love with laying this many points against them or with them. They've done well in this series. They've got a couple of blowout wins against the Nets. But like I said, Brooklyn, 3 straight covers for the last 5. Obviously, most of those are as underdogs. They've been able to keep games close or win games outright. I think that they're good enough here offensively to keep this one within the number. Just too many points for me. So I'll lean towards Brooklyn. And I'll also lean towards the Wizards, I think. I mean, not my favorite game, but I just don't love laying a lot of points with bad defenses. We saw that defense for Charlotte struggle mightily last night. Back-to-back spot. I just wouldn't want to lay this many points. Washington, of course, they're not great defensively themselves, but they're covering in 4 of the last 5. All those as underdogs. Now, those games you were getting double digits. You're not getting that here. But I think that the Wizards can take advantage of this bad Hornets defense and keep this game close. So, and you look at the first meeting between these two. It was a blowout win for Charlotte, but that was back in October. A revenge spot here for Washington. I'll take the points. What about you, Jay? Oh, he sounds better this way.
Sorry. I just pulled a Chris. You're on this one, so I'll stay on this one. I got a problem. I got a Hornets problem, and I'm going to stay with them. They were my only loss last night in the NBA. They covered. I took them outright money line though. I wanted plus 300 against Cleveland. So that was my loss last night, 2-1 night for me. But I would go back to the Hornets. I know it's not a favorable spot. They're on the back end of a back-to-back with travel. But A, we've already seen them flood the Wizards this season. B, the Wizards are still the worst team in the NBA. And I just think if this is a good spot for Charlotte to kind of just wipe the slate clean and get back to regular schedule programming, that they are, when it comes, I hear you when you talk about defense, but when we talk about offense, I think the gap between these two teams offensively is that significant. So that's why I'm going to take Charlotte here. We'll see what happens. Bulls, Hawks. It'll be a lean for me towards the Hawks, just to play on the spot, play on the situation. Bounce back game at home that also happens to be a quick revenge game is the angle. There's a couple things working against the angle in this game. I talked about them pretty in depth on the gym session. I'll try to read them off to you here. The Hawks are 0-6 this season as a home favorite, ATS. So they have not covered as a favorite at home this season. And the Bulls, they're actually all right as a road dog. I want to say they're 4-2 ATS as a road dog this season.
6-2.
Is it 6-2?
Yep.
So yeah, they've been all right. And yeah, 4-4 straight up on the road as a dog. So that's the couple things working against the Hawks in this one. But I personally think the bounce back game at home that also happens to be a quick revenge game trumps all of it. Hawks, come here and play good basketball, bro. Please, bro. Damn.
That's how I felt the last couple of nights with Atlanta. I mean, I'm like, how do you score 150 points and you don't win the game? It's like, what are you doing? I mean, how bad can you be defensively? 150 points and and it doesn't even go to overtime and you lose. Jeez.
Man. So I'm gonna lean Hawks. We'll see what happens. And then last one I'll talk about here, Cleveland and the Pelicans. I told y'all what I did last night. I attacked plus 300 with Charlotte. Can I ensure I'm doing it again? I'm attacking plus 300 with the Pels. Let's go, Pelicans. I don't want the points. I'm going to take them outright money line in this one. These are the thing about, and here's the thing. If you want to play it safe, I think taking the points, you should be fine. This is one of the best ATS teams in the NBA, the Pelicans, going up against one of the worst ATS teams in the NBA, the Cavs. So Cleveland is 8-22 ATS this season. If you've been betting them this year, you've been burning cash fast, quickly. And the Pelicans, they are 19-10 ATS this season. So there's that. But my model, let me tell you what the model says. Model says full season Cleveland should be an 11-point favorite, but the last 3 games, it says the Pelicans are 14.5-point favorite. Now, I think I tell y'all all the time, the model, it overreacts. But I like that though, because it just tells me basically how teams are playing right now this second. And all I'm taking from that is Cleveland's not playing that well. Doesn't take a mastermind to understand that. You look at their last few games. And the Pelicans are playing arguably their best basketball of the season. That's all I'm taking from that. I think the Pelicans have a legitimate chance to win this game outright. I'm going to attack the plus money. They're 7-5 as a road dog this season. Cleveland is a measly 4-13 as a home favorite. Yeah. Come on, Pelicans. Just continue to play well, Pelicans, and bad spot for Cleveland on a back end of a back-to-back, laying double digits where they've been terrible anyway. So.
Don't forget the back-to-back with travel for the Pelicans.
Yes, back-to-back with travel for the Pelicans. Who they play yesterday? Let me double check. They played the.
I forget now.
Sorry.
Dallas.
Phone moving slow.
Dallas at home.
And they won. Yeah, and they won. So it's like I'm a lean Pels in that one. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Anything in that net scheme?
I would lean Philadelphia. The reason I would lean Philadelphia is I feel like they always beat up on the Nets. They've beaten up on them twice this season. The Nets are coming off a pretty significant homestand. 4 of their last 5 were just played at home. And the Sixers are, like you said, a decent home favorite, especially against bad teams. So I would lean Philly, but this is not a game that's on my premium or a game I'm rushing to bet.
Yeah. All righty. We'll move on to the next 5. We've got the Bucks and the Pacers, Toronto and the Heat, rematch game as well, revenge game. We got the Nuggets and the Mavericks, Knicks and the Timberwolves should be a good one, but Timberwolves big favorite. And the OK City Thunder Buddies up against the San Antonio Spurs, a rematch from. There's a lot of great games here on this card, and a lot of rematches. This one should be a good one as well. I'll start again because you just talked a lot. I don't make you talk again, but we've got for me, I think that the Knicks, so many games in this short time frame with that in-season tournament, playing great basketball, but I think this is a really tough spot to be in. The line dictates that, or says that as well. On the road in Minnesota, Timberwolves playing good basketball themselves. They just took down the Thunder Buddies. They just took down the Bucks. They didn't cover there, but I think that Minnesota is just too much. This is the house of disappointment, playing at home. Sometimes this could be a great home court advantage. Sometimes it could be a disaster. Tonight, I think it'll be a good home court advantage. I think the Timberwolves take that game. I also like the Miami Heat laying the points. Miami has failed to cover, I think, in 5 straight. Is it? They were a pretty good money team, but yeah, they've 6 straight games they've lost. They failed to cover, and 7 of the last 8. So they've fallen off a cliff against the spread. But they get a spot here against Toronto. They lost to them about 8 days ago. It was a competitive game until it wasn't at the end. But the Heat still, from a shot quality standpoint, a really strong team offensively. I don't love this defense overall, but I just haven't been wowed by Toronto. I mean, they've scored less than 100 points the last 2 games. They just lost outright to the Nets. They've not been the best against the spread either themselves. And I think in this revenge spot, I think it's a good get-right spot for Miami. So I'll lay the points with the Heat. Anything for you, Jay?
Word for word, bar for bar on this one. Bounce back game at home. That also happens to be a fairly quick revenge game. I think they played 8 days ago. Toronto walked in there and beat Miami. The thing for me here is I don't like betting Toronto on the road anyway, and they're not even playing all that well at home where we typically trust them. So I'm just of the thought process of we see Miami as a multiple possession favorite in this game for a good reason. So come on, Miami, let's come out and hoop. Fade the Raptors in this one. Milwaukee, Indiana is just an outright pass for me. That's probably the only game on the card I do not like. If I were to bet it, it would be Indiana, but I won't bet it. So just a pass. Denver, Dallas. Oh, man. I was going back and forth on that game all morning. It's a tough game. Here's why. The reason it's a tough game is because it's a lot of conflicting information in this game. You got the Nuggets on the road where they've been dominant. It's crazy to say that out loud, but it's the truth. The Nuggets are 8-4 as a road favorite. They're 11-1 straight up when favorites on the road. But Dallas, they are 8-2 as a home dog ATS this season. So, there's little conflicting reports there. Both teams are on the back end of a back-to-back with travel. Dallas was in New Orleans yesterday and lost. Denver was in Denver yesterday, beat up on the Jazz. That was a wire-to-wire ass kicking, bro. I ain't seen one of them in a minute. I'm talking about from start to finish, they were up 30. They were up 30 they were up 20 from the first 2 minutes of the game on. It was crazy. I don't want to fade Denver when they started to get in that mode. Like, Denver has kind of figured it out. The reason Denver was struggling there for a minute, they had to figure out how to play without Aaron Gordon and without Christian Braun. They now have kind of figured out how to play without them. Keep it on the injury report for Dallas. I would take the Nuggets here. I know they're coming out of Denver, and I'm asking for it, laying points with the team coming out of Denver with the elevation. I know that. I did that the other night with Houston, and I paid the price for it. But I like the Nuggets here, man. And their road success this season is what makes me like it even more. I don't know if I officially end up betting it, though, because of Dallas's home dog success. So there's that. Let's see what else we got here. Knicks Timberwolves. Ron, come on, bro. No, fam. No, bro. No.
Oh my goodness.
Ron,
Don't get me started.
Ron, bro. No, bro. Favorites? Okay. Laying 8 based on what? Based on what?
The spot, and they're a good team.
No, they're not.
They're a good team, and it's a beautiful spot.
Good teams beat good teams.
Yeah, and they just beat the Thunder. What do you want them to do?
Congratulations. That has them tremendously overvalued. That's their only good win of the season. That's the only one.
That's a pretty good win, I'd say.
No, it's a
not too many teams can say that.
No, it's a great win. But again, I think that has them overrated and overvalued. So we start to look a little deeper at the Timberwolves this season. One thing I've talked about a lot with this team is how well they've played against above 500 teams and against sub 500 teams. So how many wins do they have right now? 18?
19.
19. 14 of them come against teams below 500. They're beating up on bad teams. You got to be some good teams, man, before I lay 8 points on the best team in the East. I'm well aware of how banged up the Knicks are in this game. No Jalen Brunson. Miles McBride is out. OG Anunoby is out. Landry Shamet is out. You got Cat returning to Minnesota, bro. Man, you're going to give me points in my back pocket. I'm grabbing them. And I'm well aware the Knicks have not been good as a road dog. 0-2 straight up and ATS as road dogs this season. They're dominant at home. Man, I'm taking the Knicks here, man. I have to, bro. It's the house of disappointment, laying a premium number at home because they're coming off a good win, but we've seen this story too many times. I honestly think I should attack the plus money with the Knicks, bro. I really think I should. So that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. Give me the Knicks plus the points and a sprinkle on the outright money line. I call them the house of disappointment for a good reason. No Brunson. Nope.
No Brunson, no half the team. He scored 47 points last game. And, usually when we see these spots where it's not just a superstar, but it's almost like 4 significant players, this line would be 12, 13, 14. But because of the Knicks winning that tournament and having a great record, we can get an actually decent price with Minnesota. Anything less than double digits, you got to go with it. Got to roll with the Timberwolves. Cat is a complimentary player. He's not a guy that can take over a game, even against his former team.
I can't.
He's been in terrible form too. He's awful.
In my mind, I picture this game coming right down to it, and Karl Anthony Towns might hit a game winner. I picture this in my head. I swear to God. I just don't trust Minnesota, man. I don't trust them. I don't. Good win against the Thunder. Great win. I don't trust them. So that's my thoughts on that one.
Come on, Minnesota.
We'll see. You can have the keys to the house of disappointment tonight. You can stay there.
Give me the keys.
Last one for me in this slide. Ooh, y'all know where I'm at. Y'all know what we doing. I'm taking the Thunder. We laying it. Come on, man. Not a great spot. I understand that. They're on the back end of a back-to-back with travel in the rest disadvantage spot. Spurs did not play yesterday. Don't care. I do not care. This is the best team in the league in a motivation spot, and there will not be too many motivation spots for this team this season. Y'all beat us? Fluke. The Thunder literally played the worst half of basketball they've played in the last 2 seasons against the Spurs in that second half of that game. That was the worst half of basketball they played in 2 years. Shout out to the Spurs. They play well in that one. I think you see them. I think you see the Thunder, multiple possession favorites on the road here for good reason. Best team in the NBA in a motivation spot. They won't be motivated too often this season. I think they flood San Antonio in this one. And it sets up a good game because guess what? They play 2 days. They play 2 days from now in Oklahoma City on Christmas Day. So I can't wait, man. I can't wait to sit back and watch these 2 games over the next couple days. But tonight, I'm on Oklahoma City. It's just a revenge game. Just a revenge game for the best team in the league. That's kind of my thoughts. We'll see.
Alrighty. Should be a good one for sure. I'm excited for that Christmas Day rematch as well. And we'll end the card here. We've got some late games. We've got the Lakers and the Suns, the Grizz and the Jazz, Orlando taking on the Portland Trailblazers, Pistons, Kings, and finally the Rockets and the Clippers. For me, just one I like in this time slot is the last game. It's the Rockets Clippers. I think the Clippers are a lot better than their 7-win record may suggest, but I don't love this matchup for them.
Okay, I was going to say.
I think they're a lot better. But I can't go with them here. I think the Rockets just match up so well with what everything that LA tries to do. The Rockets match up so well, both sides of the ball, and I just think it's a one-sided win. Houston coming off the loss, tough loss to Sacramento in overtime. I think this is going to be a fired-up effort from the Rockets, and I think they win this game by double digits. So I'll lay the points with Houston.
I agree. I think they take the Clippers so far behind the woodshed, it won't even be funny. I love them coming off a loss. Let me pull up some of my things quickly. The Rockets, they started the season off balling on the road. They've kind of cooled off, but they're still 7-6 ATS as a road favorite, while the Clippers are a measly 1-2 as home dogs this season. They're 9-19 overall ATS, though. We've been fading the hell out of the Clippers, and I'm just going to continue to do so. Really, it's just ultimately what it comes down to. I'm getting one of the best teams in the league against one of the worst teams in the league. And the best team, one of the best teams in the league is coming off a loss. So they should be motivated. A head-scratching, shouldn't have happened style loss. Granted, it's not as bad as what it looks like because of the spot. They were on a back end of a back-to-back with travel, leaving Denver, leaving the elevation. So it's not as bad when you start to look at it through that lens, but it's still coming off a loss to the damn Kings. They should be motivated tonight to blow out the Clippers. That's all I'm saying.
If you let Russ Westbrook hit 5 threes, it was a bad loss.
Yeah, speaking of teams I love fading, speaking of the damn Kings, I'm fading their ass. I'm taking the Pistons. I just don't expect the Kings to stack back-to-back good games. That's all. That's it. That's all. And the Pistons, I have no reason to fade them today. They're playing good basketball. They're playing well. And when I think about this game, I think the talent gap between these two teams is that significant. I think how hard these two teams play, the gap between them is that significant. Like the Pistons are going to play hard to the final whistle. The Kings are a team I feel like give up in the third quarter and get blown out by 30. So maybe a little biasness in there, but I hate the Kings. I'm on the Pistons. No Reeves, no Hachimura, no Luka, no Lakers. Give me the Suns. Bounce back game at home. That also happens to be a fairly quick revenge game. They just lost to this team last week. So they should get them in this spot at home. And last one for me, I'll talk about, or I'll talk about the last two. Give me a small lean on Orlando. I'm just taking a better team. That's all I'm doing is taking a better team. I don't love it. Lean that way. And give me the Jazz, though. Grizzlies, fuck no. You lose at home to the Wizards, I can't trust you on the road. On the back end of a back-to-back with travel heading to the elevation. You just got flooded yesterday in Oklahoma City. Now you head to Utah. Utah, they are coming out of Denver, but Denver to Utah is not nearly as bad as Denver to anywhere else. You know what I mean? So they should be fine. Utah's a different team, monster and animal at home. Utah at home this season, ATS, they are as a home dog, they are 10-4 ATS, covering in up over 70% of their games. So I kind of like that. Just to make sure I give you all the information you need to know, the Grizzlies, though, as a road favorite, they are 3-0 straight up and 2-1 ATS. So just giving you everything you need to know. Yeah, I like the Jazz there. My model for that game season long says the Jazz should be the favorite in this, a 1-point favorite. Last 3 games, though, it does say Grizzlies should be a 5.5-point favorite. Fuck the model.
Yeah, I agree. I like the Jazz too. I think it's a good spot for him. I didn't really think about that one, but you kind of changed my mind.
Yes, sir.
But that's the NBA, and that's it. That's
Yes, sir.
everything.
We did
We
it.
did pretty good here. Pretty good time. We've got some best bets at Pick Dawgz Premium today, Mr. Briggs. What do you got? Let's see if I can do this correctly. Nope. All right, now I did.
There you go. I got a healthy card today. I'm gonna have at least 5 plays from the NBA. Maybe even more than that, man. Coming off a really good day yesterday. We got no games tomorrow, so it's kind of like a 2-for-1. It's kind of what it is, like a little 2-for-1 with tomorrow off, and then we'll be back active on Christmas Day. But I like tonight's card, man. It's a lot of games that fall into classic J spots, classic J situations, and I feel like I have to attack them. So that's what I got going on. Coming off a good night last night, looking to keep momentum rolling forward. I got at least 5. I got my NBA Jam Session play of the night. I got a behind the woodshed blowout winner. I got a plus money dog. I got a lot going on. Hop on something long term. Pair me up with Ron the Don. Looking to close out 2026 on a good note. 2025 on a good note, and then looking to start 2026 off on a major way. 2025 by far was my worst year as a professional capper. It is what it was. Hey, I'm 2026. We avenge it. That's all. So if you believe me, hop on with me. If you fade me, good luck.
I like that at the end. After the rain comes the rainbow, and as Jay tweeted, the OGs know after a cold streak, the heater follows. But for me, it's been a great December. It's been a great year overall. We had a great 2024 and 2025 in college hoops, especially. It's been good. We lost yesterday. We look to bounce back. I've got my bank shot best bet in college hoops. I've also got 3 plays in the NBA that I really like. I think this is one of the better NBA cards that we've seen this season, so you can check it out. There is no college hoops tomorrow through Saturday. There's just one game. So it's going to be, no college basketball plays for me, no videos for me for the next couple of days. But just want to say, wish you a Merry Christmas. Enjoy the time. We still got some other action in the other sports. So we'll definitely get back to college hoops action on Sunday. That's a nice card on Sunday. So excited for that. But I've got my college basketball season pass that's on a $100 discount right now until January 1st. So until the end of 2025. Take advantage of it. You'll get all my plays and conference play through the end of the regular season, into the postseason, NCAA tournament, NIT, all the other tournaments there. It's definitely the best way to go for my college hoops plays. We're number 1 in college basketball right now at Pick Dawgz, right under 60% win rate. So it's been a good season. But all righty. Let's talk about
what do we have tomorrow? Is it what's going on tomorrow? Is there anything?
Just the Hawaii Bowl in college football.
Well, that's it for real. Wow.
That's it. Yep. That's the Ruffalo Bowl, we call it, because
Ruffalo Bowl. Yeah.
If you guys don't remember, we maybe 4 or 5 years ago, the morning show was Mitch, Chris Ruffalo, I think Rod, and maybe Brian, and it was just going to be a short show, just the one game. They go to Ruffalo to see what he likes in the game. He says, I don't really like this game. I'm going to pass on it. Mitch said, you're passing on the one game on the card. Why are you even on the show?
I'm going to make sure Ruffalo here tomorrow for the Ruffalo Bowl. I'm going to make sure he's here tomorrow.
He's got to be. But now that's where the Ruffalo, when we say, we're taking a pass, that's where it came from. It was from the Hawaii Bowl. So definitely we call it the Ruffalo Bowl, and the Hawaii Bowl should be a good one. But yep, now it's time for parlay section.
Parlay. Let's see. What does Jay want to parlay up today? Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Hawks, Knicks, Pistons. 3 team.
It went from good to bad to worse. No, just get the Knicks out of there. I will take the Houston Rockets and lay the points. I will take Southern Miss on the money line, college football. And I will take those Fighting Camels. You got about 15 minutes. Campbell, lay the points with them. Also, Jay, I wanted to know, what's your favorite Christmas song?
I don't have one.
You got to be kidding me.
I really don't. Like, I'm not like the Christmas guy, like music, like movie maybe, but barely even that. Like
Says
if
the
I
guy with
had
the
to,
tree in the background.
yeah, like I'm slightly festive, but not like, you know, you will never hear me like turn on Christmas music. I will never do
All right.
that. If I had to choose one though, let's see. Um, Baby, all I want for Christmas is jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Like, you know, like I'm just not, I don't know.
There's no joy in your heart. Is that what you're saying?
No, there's joy. It's just I'm not turning on Christmas music.
All right. So what's your favorite like tradition, or what do you look forward to the most, other than just like the cliches?
Okay. So interesting fact is this Christmas is gonna look a lot different, man. My grandparents are out of town. They're in California. This will be the first time in my 26 years of existence that I will not see my grandparents on Christmas. And my mom is also gone. This will be my first time in 26 years in
Wow.
my existence not having my mom on Christmas either. Today's her birthday. Happy birthday, mom.
Happy
Uh,
birthday.
but she's on a cruise with her husband for her birthday and Christmas. So I won't see her till the day after. But it's usually just spending time with the fam, man. We usually just come together Christmas morning, have breakfast. I have a split family, so like Christmas is usually split down the middle for me. I spend one half the day with one side of the family, half with the other. So it's just seeing all the fam. That's what I love most. What's interesting this year is this Christmas is gonna kind of be like Thanksgiving and years past. You know why?
Uh-uh.
I'm gonna be in my Cowboys jersey.
Yeah. Too bad it's the most boring game of all time.
So I guess I'm excited about that too. Just to spend time with the family, eat good, and watch the Cowboys. Like that's probably my favorite thing about the holiday season is just spending time with fam, eating good food, and watching football. Man, like I really love that. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm most excited for coming up next few days.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, the NFL really they tried hard to get Christmas. They got what they wanted. Enjoy Cowboys, Commanders, Detroit Vikings, and I know who's quarterback for the Chiefs now.
It's the San Diego State guy, Alokian, or
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know how to say
Yeah.
his name. On paper, like preseason, they nailed it. Like they
Of
nailed
course,
it.
yeah.
And the cards just didn't fall their way this year.
Nope. Rough.
What's your favorite Christmas song or Christmas movie or Christmas thing to do? Don't you and your
Yeah, I will
grandma
say-
bake cookies?
Yeah, we bake cookies. We do a lot of the Italian things. So we 7 fishes on Christmas Eve. We'll make a bunch of seafood dishes. But I'm not a big Christmas movie guy. I agree with you that I don't love Christmas movies. I'd say maybe like the Jim Carrey Grinch would be my favorite. But Christmas music I do like. I play it, in December throughout the month. I'd say my favorite is It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year. I like that one. Very classic. I like the classic Christmas music, but
That's fair.
I hope everybody enjoys their time, the holiday time. Like I said, enjoy it. Not a lot of games. Bet responsibly over the holidays. You don't want to go crazy, but yeah, I appreciate it's the holidays are always tough when you're missing people. And definitely I remember loving Thanksgiving and Christmas with Mitch, texting him, seeing what he was doing. He'd always have his stone crabs on the big holidays. So it's always bittersweet, but you remember the loved ones on these days and you cherish the moments you had and the memories. And hope everybody enjoys their time. Thank you for joining me today, Jay. Next week, we should have Brad and Brian back. Brian had a doctor's appointment. Brad had a meeting. These guys, they work and they do their stuff even right before Christmas. That's how hard these guys work. But we'll see you next week, and I'll be there Tuesday.
Yes, sir. I'll be here tomorrow. Let's see. Thursday. I'll be here Thursday to yell at y'all about my Cowboys, of course. And talk some NBA. It's crazy. We got Christmas and NFL, man. Oof. I mean, no, NFL and NBA on Christmas. Yeah. Like I said, that still blows my mind. And yeah, let's close out the year on a good note. Check out the Bank Shot Breakdown. Check out the jam session. Check out everything else we got here on the site. I got nothing else for y'all, man.
All righty. We'll try to act more professional tomorrow. Good luck, everybody. Peace.